So once again, we're going to write the function in vertex form and give the coordinates of the vertex and the equation of the axis of symmetry. Now I changed this one to a negative 16 because we have only dealt with positive here, so I want to make sure that you guys saw one with negative. It's no different, but I know that we like to see both possibilities here, so that's why it looks a little bit funny right here. Well, let's start by writing down our vertex form. Y equals x minus h squared plus k, where our vertex is h comma k. I like to have this down here because this gives me a goal, what I'm trying to make my equation look like. I'm trying to change my equation to look like this while still remaining the same equation. So first thing I need to do, I'm going to get my x's on one side, my y and the number on the other. So I'll have x squared minus 16x. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and take the negative 16, divide it by 2, square it, so I get negative 8 squared, which gives me positive 64. Now remember, I'm taking that b term, dividing it by 2, squaring it, and both these numbers are important. The negative 8 is important, the 64 is important. First off, we're going to add the 64 to both sides. This is going to help us to complete the square. I could add any number I want to both sides. It really doesn't matter. But any number really isn't going to do anything for me. The number that's going to help me is positive 64, and I figure this out by taking my b term, dividing it by 2, and squaring it. That's what's going to help me complete the square. That's why I chose to add 64 to both sides. I can choose any number to add to both sides because adding the same thing to both sides keeps the equation the same, but 64 has some meaning behind it. It's going to help me complete the square. My purpose is to complete the square here. Alright, so we have negative 23 plus 64, so I'm going to have y plus 41 equals, then I have over here, if I factor this, I get x minus 8. Remember, I used this guy right here, that negative 8 right there, and of course it's squared. From here I got one more step to make sure that it looks like the vertex form right there. Subtract that 41, so I get y equals x minus 8 squared minus 41. So my vertex is going to be, well, I have to change the sign, so I get positive 8 and then negative 41. And remember, we're changing that sign because here I have x minus 8, so that negative sign changes what the h actually is. So it looks like it's negative 8, but that negative sign there, if I had a negative 4 and for h, I'd have x plus 4 because I'd have negative negative. So you got to think opposite when you're looking inside here. And then for my axis of symmetry, I get x equals positive 8. Remember, it's an equation of a line. It's more than a number. It's an equation of a line. X equals positive 8 for my axis of symmetry. And there we go. We're good to go. Bippity boppity, boppity bo.